Hey everyone, hello and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, you're welcome. If you're returning, you're welcome back. I realize that while some people really enjoy podcasts and others really enjoy my writing, some people just want to watch. I'm going to be bringing all of the things that I share with my community members to help them grow their personal brands. So if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe, and if you're returning, you're welcome back. Today we're diving into a topic that is crucial for anybody that's building their personal brand or anybody that wants to start getting seen, heard, and paid in their industry, and that is how to be recognized in your industry. And the truth is, you could be the best thing to ever happen to your industry. You could be the most knowledgeable, the most experienced, but if you don't let people know, they're not going to know, and therefore they will not recognize what you have, and therefore they cannot pay you for what you have. So whether you're just thinking of starting out, or whether you've started out already, whether you've been at it for a while but you haven't exactly seen the results that you wanted, this is the video that's going to show you step by step what you need to do to get recognized in your industry and eventually get paid. But before we move on, let me let you know all the places that you can get all of the things that I share when it comes to personal branding. We have our podcast. It's called She's the Brand Podcast, and it's basically wherever you get your podcasts from. There's also Instagram, where I'm constantly sharing how to move forward with your personal brand. And then there's this YouTube channel. So let's get into it. The starting point for getting recognized for your value on what you bring to the table is even knowing your value on what you're bringing to the table. How do you do that? How do you figure out what is valuable about you that other people are going to be willing to pay for, that are going to be willing to come hear you speak, or willing to come find you on social media, or find your website, or constantly read your newsletters, or whichever way that you are communicating? So you want to consider a personal brand audit. And whether or not you have started being intentional about your personal brand, it doesn't matter, as long as you just take this audit and just figure out kind of where you are right now, because you cannot make a map for where you're going if you don't know where you are. So with this audit, you want to check 4 things. First, you want to check your skill sets. What are you good at? It doesn't have to be what you learned in school. It just has to be something you know how to do. It could be something that you learned from helping your parents out, or something that your friends always come to you for. It could be something that you're currently doing in your job. Your skill sets are walking, talking, cooking. All of these are skills. And sometimes we get to overlook our skills because we do them every day and they seem ordinary, like everybody can do it. But take some time to write down the things that you're really good at. Now, I do have a free email course that has a workbook. It comes with a workbook that will allow you to do this really nicely. So if you want, the link is in the description. But find your skill sets. The second thing you need to take stock of, is your credentials. Right? A lot of us are not doing what we went to school to do, but a lot of us are as well. So, but regardless of the fact that you may not be doing what you went to school for, it's still a credential that you have. I'm going to use myself as an example. I went to school to read law. I went to law school. I got called to the Nigerian bar. But while I'm not the attorney that I thought I would be, hello, Olivia Pope, I am holding on to that credential and nobody can take it away from me. It is proof that I have a good education. It is proof that I can work under pressure. It is passing the Nigerian bar is not easy, right? It is proof that I have a working brain, that I'm a smart girl, and that I can get you sued if you try me. The point is, your credentials matter. Put them together. They don't have to be formal education. Like I said, they can be a course that you took. For example, again, I took a McKinsey & Co program very recently, and that credential matters to me because it's now proof that I understand how corporate works. So credentials are proof, don't discard them. Now, the third thing that you want to take stock of is your social currency. Social currency is basically the people you know, the people you have access to. And until I started building my brand, I didn't really realize the importance of people. I used to be a very proud, I'm not a people person, but for you to build yourself, for you to build and move up in the world, for you to build a large thing, not just something in your tiny corner, you cannot do it alone. You need people. And so the best way to approach this is, if you don't already have people, then you start cultivating people. And you don't cultivate people in the manner of, I want this, gimme, gimme, gimme. You start to make yourself a valuable person in their lives. You start to contribute to them. You start to create opportunities for them. And then that's how you kind of build people around you, right? You build a power circle. I do have a networking episode somewhere that I will link in the description. Now, you want to take stock of the people that are in your corner. And let me tell you the examples of people that can be in your corner right now. Ex-schoolmates, secondary schoolmates, university mates, those people are always in your corner. They're already in your corner. We find it very hard to even say no to people who are in our university or like secondary school, ex-schoolmates. We want them to think good of us. What you want to do is become valuable to them. Find a way to help them. Find a way to let them know you're not just here to take from them, you're also here to give support. The fourth thing you want to take stock of is cultural currency. Cultural currency is your point of view, your experiences. There are things that you have gone through that people that will come to you for help will come because of that. For example, if you were raised by missionary parents that traveled around the country, around the world, then you have an international worldview, an international point of view of stuff. If you were raised in a really luxurious environment, then you have insider knowledge on how the rich live, right? If you were raised in a seminary, for example, then you have a perspective, an experience, a point of view that other people don't. So don't underestimate the way you were raised, the way you grew up, and whatever your parents passed down to you. That's cultural currency. There are a number of other things that you will also set up. Use the workbook that's in the free and brand course, and it will help you. Now, having realized what you bring to the table, you want to now craft a story around it, because personal branding is really just a huge, big story. And that big story is a combination of little stories in between. So what you're really doing every day is telling stories. It's helping people by telling stories. So you're telling a story of how you overcame what you overcame, which is why you have this solution. You're telling a story of the things that you're facing as you're building what you're building. You're telling a story of you becoming the woman that you really always wanted to become. And in the process, helping your clients and helping your audience. So you want to craft your personal brand story, the one umbrella story, and all of the little stories that are inside the personal brand. With storytelling, I do have a module inside my course, Recognized and Paid, that's going to help you craft a beautiful, spectacular story. When it comes to storytelling, I have to leave you with a few tips, right? You want to be authentic. Don't tell anything that's not true. Your stories are very okay the way they are. Secondly, just share your journey. You've gone through a lot of things to get where you are. People want to know about them. Usually you're helping somebody with your personal brand. You're helping somebody with something that you have already overcome. So all you need to do is just share this story. Just make sure that you're being yourself as you do this. All right, so the third step you want to take with getting recognized in your industry as a solution provider is social media. I have to be honest, some people love social media, some people hate social media. It's a necessary thing if you plan to be recognized. Now, everybody is online. Everybody is searching online. When people have problems, they go online for a solution. They're either checking Instagram or LinkedIn or Google. You want to have presence on the platform that you pick. However, when people Google your name, your solution should pop up. I'm going to leave you with an exercise now. Google your name. See what comes up. Is it what you want to be known for? If it's nothing, do you want to be known for nothing? If it is a gossip site, is that what you want to be known for? Decide what you want to be known for, because personal branding is a tool that's going to get you what you want, where you want it, how you want it, if you use it properly. So with social media, you want to be sharing valuable content, whether it's YouTube, whether it's Instagram or LinkedIn or Threads or Twitter, any of the available social media platforms. Now, I found that with social media, the hate relationship comes from the fact that people don't know what to post. And I completely understand that, which is why I have an inbuilt system that will allow you to constantly and consistently build ideas and execute those ideas and put out content consistently on social media. You can get that in the Recognized and Paid course. Link is in the description. That's going to allow you always have content, have an overflow of content. I'm excited to see you try it. In the end, don't be afraid to put yourself out there. If you're scared of screens, start practicing. If you're scared of your opinions, and these are places that I have been as well, these are fears that I've had to overcome. When I started, especially my first few videos, speaking into the camera, I was like, why on earth am I speaking into the camera, especially in the middle of the night? Because when I started, I had a newborn baby. So the baby had to be asleep first before I made up, and then I started recording and all of that. And I was now battling like being scared of the camera. But that leaves as you practice. The more you practice, the better you get. So just start now. Last but not the least, you've got to stay learning. I recently took stock of my journey. Like I said, I started in 2020 and we're in 2024 now. So almost 5 years of creating and learning. And everything that I'm doing right now to earn an income, to earn recognition, every single thing has been self-taught. Like I said, I trained to be a lawyer, so this was not my formal education. Maybe I left with reading, writing, just being good under pressure. But all of the marketing, the video editing, the picture editing, the social media marketing, the website building, the podcast, growing, all of that I learned on the job. So if you don't have any of these skills, that's fine. Just be ready to learn on the job. I call it the LCD method. And the LCD method is basically, if you're building your brand, all you have to do is just learn something, create something, distribute something. As a matter of fact, I'm going to make an independent video talking about the LCD method and how I use it with my brand, how I help my clients use it in their brand, and how you can use it in your brand as well. So watch out for next week's video. On this video, I have to leave now, but it's been an absolute pleasure being in front of you in your screen. Thank you so much for following and subscribing and sharing. And you can get the free course or the paid course in the description. I will see you in the next video. Bye.